What's up everyone, my name is Jonathan. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, please consider subscribing if you want more content like this. Make sure you smash the like button before you leave. Today we are here for another Adobe Illustrator tutorial, so let's get started. Once you are in Adobe Illustrator, go ahead and open up a 1920 by 1080 document or a document size that you want to work with. That is what I'm working with today. I've reset all of my panels so that they are stock and fresh. So today we are making the letter X. So we are going to start by writing an X. Apparently I have my font set at something huge. It is set at 1066. Apparently that's what was necessary. So once you hit your X, you can resize this up or as big or small as however you want it. I am using the type source code variable 14. And then I'm just got it set on black. Yep, we're just gonna go with black. Once you have that done, you can right click create outlines. You don't have to do that, it doesn't matter. Go to effect, 3D, rotate, and then we're gonna rotate this around so it's something like so. A little bit more, too far that way, too far this way. I feel like it needs to be more this way. So probably something like that should give you a pretty good, should be pretty good for where we're going. You can change the perspective. That looks about good right there. We'll go with that. We'll call it 48. So from the top, 55, negative 43, 21, 48. Click OK. Now go over to Object, Expand Appearance, right click, Ungroup. And then I always grab the Direct Selection tool and then select whatever I can. You can see how that's not part of the actual letter, so we can get rid of that. We're going to change this to a gray, a light gray. We'll do something like so. And then we are going to, I'm going to use the pen tool. You can use whichever tool you want, but I'm going to use the pen tool for this part. And once you're here, hit P on your keyboard. And then we're going to start from this point right here. We're going to make sure to click on this one, not this one. This one has a squared off, center of the X, so make sure you don't click on that one because otherwise these won't line up. Holding shift so you have a straight line, click down here, click over here, go back up, and now click back on the first anchor point that you started with. And now we're going to give this a little bit darker of a color, probably something like that. Now hit V on your keyboard for your selection tool. Select both of these objects. Again, that was hit V on your keyboard, select both objects. Now hit Shift M. That was Shift plus M, and that gives you your shape builder tool. That tool is right here. Holding Alt, click on the outside piece. And now you can start to see where we're going to have this cool shadow effect. Now we're going to do the same thing for this piece over here. Grab your pen tool, click in this corner, holding Shift, go down, click outside of all of these pieces, hit V. We're going to repeat this step for all these front-facing sides. Probably not all of them. Holding Alt, get rid of that. And then depending on how this looks, depending on what you want to do, you could make individual pieces for all of this, which, why not? You can stop at any time you want and it looks good for you. So we're going to continue on and we're going to make individual pieces for all of these. Hopefully this hits here and doesn't go past that, but if it is, it does. But we're going to start by making this piece right here. So grab your pen tool and you can see how this anchor, and then there's this anchor as well. So make sure you're on the left anchor if your letter or whatever has a piece as well. And then I'm just going to go over here to this anchor, go above that, come back down to your original anchor point. Now hit V again, select both objects, hit Shift M. Now while holding Alt, click on the exterior pieces, and now we're going to change this color. Click off of there, click on this shape. Now we're going to change this one so it's not the same as the other side. So now we're going to grab our pen tool again, and we're going to click on this piece right here, holding shift, and then right, looks like about there, scrolling up there and there. And now for this one, we're going to make the same color as this because it's facing the same way. This one in theory should be a different color than this one, but we're not doing this because of theory. You can pick your own colors. Now I think this definitely needs one more piece. We'll just do them all. Go anchor point all the way down, all right to there, and to there, and over and around. Probably would have been faster if I just went to the anchor points, but now you get to see the shape builder tool again. The click, click, click. Select this piece. We're going to grab, not quite that dark, probably something like that. So now this actually should have been this piece. Change this back to whatever gray that was. Grab your pen tool, go to this anchor point. Haha, it does. That sucks. Whoops. That's okay. Go to your anchor point, back down to your anchor point, and now you have created another shape. And I did go outside the lines here, so let's fix that right here. Shift M, holding Alt, delete that piece, and that is it. So go back to your selection tool, and now we can change this so it's a different color. And now we need to make a piece for this. So anchor point to anchor point. Oops, that wasn't the anchor point, that was the path. Anchor point, holding space, move up here, go to this anchor point, that, oops, that was the path. Anchor point, anchor point, and zoom out a little bit. Over to this anchor point and to this anchor point and down to that anchor point. V should be good to go there. Shouldn't have to erase anything. We can make it the same color as this, and then we will do a copy of this. Hit Control F so that it creates a copy in front of the previous one you just made a copy of. And now click on the gradient tool, change this to black, also change this to 0%. Change this down to like 60, and then hit G on your keyboard. And now we're gonna drag this down from down here. And this way it'll actually give it some separation from down here as well. We're gonna do the same thing on probably this one. Control C, Control F. That way it gives it that copy in front. And we already have a gradient picked out. Now we're just going to drag it down from here. Something like so. Control C, Control F. Pick our gradient. Hit G on your keyboard. Drag this down. So want to have the lights so they line up, the lines line up pretty close. That looks good. And these ones you don't start to see the shadow. So let's make this piece really dark so that it kind of stands out. There we go. So now it kind of looks like there's a shadow down there, and that's it. We can drag this up, move this around. We can right click and group these together, and then we'll just line this up on the artboard, and then you're done.
That concludes today's video. If you want more videos just like this one, make sure to click on the link below. If you want to be notified when all of these Adobe Illustrator files will be available to download, make sure to subscribe. Click this link right here to subscribe. And if you haven't yet and you want more, how could you have done this yet? If you want more content like this, make sure to click on one of these two links right here. Thank you for joining me. God bless, stay safe, and we will see you in the next video.